Hi, my name's Barry Foster and welcome back to episode number 8, I think it is, of A-League to the UK. A save in Football Manager starting off with the Newcastle Jets in the Australian A-League. And today we've got one cup game to play. That's an FFA Cup first round game against Western Pride. But before we come to that, we've played a couple of, three pre-season friendlies to date. 2 victories and a draw. The draw was against Sydney FC, which wasn't too bad considering that was a grand final replay and Valentino Yule scored our goal in the 49th minute. When it comes to transfers, let's just go to all transfers. As you can see, only 3 days ago in the game, Brandon Wilson, Gary Woods, Mark Sykes, Jonathan Aspro-Potomitis, Nick Ansell and Jake Brimmer have all arrived at the club. Stephen Ugarkovic on the other side of the ledger, he has left us to go to Western Sydney Wanderers. And one other bit of news with a released player, Bruno Uvini has left the club. That's right, our 30-year-old star signing from Brazil. Unfortunately, he got very seriously injured when he came back from his short break, a damaged Achilles tendon. And as you can see, he's still to be out for maybe another 2 to 4 months. So what happened when I had to register players for the A-League and I could only register 23 players, I decided to leave him out. Mainly because I think it's a pretty serious injury for somebody at the age of 30 to suffer, and his pace of 8 was worrying me. So I didn't register him, which meant, and I didn't quite follow this, but I learnt a lesson, which meant that he could leave the club and we had to pay him $240,000 to walk away. I think his agent got around about $5,000. So all up, $250,000 to see Bruno say goodbye. Probably not a very good deal, or let's say a good financial decision. The director of football did sign him and I did approve the contract. In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have. But anyway, Bruno has left us. But what we've done, we've offered a contract to Brendan Hamill, a 28-year-old Australian who's been in the A-League for quite some time. We've put a contract to him. Adelaide are also chasing him. I've got a feeling we're going to get gazumped here. That's just my gut feeling. But anyway, hopefully he will select us instead of Adelaide. And just one comment, as you can see here, in this FFA Cup first round game against Western Pride, we actually call it the round of 32 in Australia. We don't call it the first round. And we call it the round of 32 because there are 32 teams remaining in the FFA Cup when the A-League sides enter the competition. I did send a very short email off to Sports Interactive just highlighting a few minor errors they've got with the A-League save. Yet to hear back from them. Probably won't. But anyway, it was a polite email and who knows, I might get a reply eventually. But anyway, today we've got Western Pride to play, and they are from Queensland. They are a Queensland Premier League side, and as you can see, only semi-professional, but that'll mean absolutely nothing. This is a cup game, and normally these state league sides put up a pretty good showing against the A-League side. So let's go and play the Western Pride up in Brisbane. Okay, so here's the lineup for our FFA Cup game against Western Pride. We've got Gary Woods, he's in goal. A new signing from the UK, mainly because poor old Jack Duncan, our first choice keeper, sprained ankle ligaments. He's going to be out for another maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So Gary Woods comes straight into the starting 11. We've got O'Toole, Ansell, Donachie and Galloway across the back line. Katrumbis sitting behind Melling and Thurgate. Yule out on their left. Miller on the right and Stamatelopoulos will lead our attacking line. Donachie is a Jets player who's come back from loan last season. Nick Ansell is a new signing. I've put him straight in. And on the bench, we've got Noah James, a reserve goalkeeper. We've got Aspro-Potomitis, Jake Brimmer, Mark Sykes, Costa Petratos, Yengi and Sumau on the bench. We also have back from a loan signing This is a loan deal from last season. Joey Champness, he's finally come back to the club, but he hasn't had any game time with us. We do have Jacob Tratt and Ivan Viduka on trial at the club. There are a couple of young defenders. And on the, I guess on the bench, we've got Mark Sykes and Jake Brimmer and Aspro Potomitis. They're two new signings, but they're not really anywhere near match fitness, so we might bring them on in the second half. But that's the lineup for our game today, and we'll submit that. And we'll get to the match. Okay, Western Pride, no manager. That is a little bit interesting. But anyway, to the dressing room, and Jerry Payton reckons we should be winning this one fairly comfortably. Play your own game and you'll win. I think, got to agree with that, Jerry. We should win this fairly comfortably. We'll send him to the tunnel interview as normal. Western Pride, they seem to have like a Celtic strip. I just hope they don't play as well as Celtic. Anyway, this is Flavin for Western Pride, playing it out to Scriggins on the right. And he gets his cross in, but that's met by Donachie. Now this is Miller. Miller was a great little player for us last season, but end of the highlight. Obviously nothing much happened there. I didn't bother looking to see what happens if it's all square at full time. I've got a funny feeling it doesn't go to a replay. I think we go to extra time and then penalties, the dreaded penalties. But hopefully we can get a result in the 90 minutes. And this is Scriggins. This is McLeod now for Western Pride. Norris. And he puts it through, but Ansell gets his header away. And this is Miller. Miller can maybe start a counter-attack for the Jets. And this is Stamatelopoulos, I should say. Galloway. Galloway, the right fullback for today's game. Now this is Kotrumbis. Galloway to Thurgate. Thurgate with a cross, and Newell with... well, he got his header on target. So Reesby gets a good save there. And he just punts it straight down the field. And this is Melling. He'd want to pull his socks up this season, Melling. He wasn't all that good, I thought, in midfield. And he certainly got some competition there this time. And that hit the bar. I think that clipped the top of the bar. So, tad unlucky there for the Newcastle Jets. This is O'Toole to Melling, back to O'Toole. And he gets, a cross way back. I don't think that was the right cross to try. But anyway, Bray now for the Western Pride, and he plays it out to Trevor Lyle on the left. And he decides to go all the way back to a defender. And he just punts it forward. This is Norris now to Flavin. And he's gone out to the left, Trevor Lyle. And his cross is blocked. Now Miller. Can he start an attack for the Jets? And Thurgate plays it across to O'Toole. Not a bad idea. Now O'Toole's got nobody in front of him. Ewell is not making a run at all. But can he get a good cross in? And he does. Oh, that was fantastic save by the keeper. I thought Stamatelopoulos has definitely scored there. But we've got a corner. This is Thurgate. I think Donachie couldn't get his header on target. Well, maybe we should have taken the lead there with that shot by Stamatelopoulos, but it was a very good save by the Western Pride keeper. Got to give him full marks for that. So maybe the opening 15 minutes, yes, it's been all Newcastle Jets when it comes to shots and more possession and the corners, but still no goals. I think we'll encourage the boys, give them a bit of encouragement. This is O'Toole to Melling. Now Thurgate back to Melling. And this is O'Toole. Now Yule. Yule's only a youngster, but I think he's got a lot of potential. We didn't see a great deal of him last season, but that's a header that's easily dealt with by Reesby. So once again, it's Newcastle Jets doing most of the attacking, but yet to put the ball in the back of the net. And Western Pride are playing with a couple of wing backs. I don't mind wing backs. I think they can be very effective. Anyway, this is Melling now. Oh, it's not a good pass. He tried to find, I think, maybe Thurgate, but that wasn't a good, maybe a good pass as well. And this is Miller, Stamatolopoulos, and he puts it into the back of the net, and that's what he was doing all last season. So 1-0 to the Jets, and Stamatolopoulos once again is the scorer. Sumau, of course, is sitting on the bench today. He didn't get the nod to lead the line from the beginning, but that's a very good strike by the young player. So Western Pride have it all to do now, coming up to the 30th minute. Got 10 shots to 1, 3 corners to 0. But don't write off these state league sides. They can be very, very competitive, and it looks as though Miller has an injury. Now that is not good. I hope it's not serious. Potential groin injury. Well, that's not what I really wanted, but anyway, these things happen. Okay, well, Mr. Yengi, I think you're going to get your opportunity out on the right now. We'll take Miller off straight away. I won't risk him getting a serious injury by leaving him out, but that's a bit of a concern. But anyway, it gives Yengi an opportunity to show his stuff for the rest of the game, and this is O'Toole to Ansell, who's done okay in defence for us. And this is Yule. And he gets his cross in, and Stamatolopoulos, once again, all too easy. Uncontested header, and he makes it 2-0, and that's a brace for him. So the young striker from last season is just picking up where he left off when it comes to scoring goals, but a very good cross by Yule. He found his man in the centre very well, and a very good header away from the keeper. Okay, I think we don't need to see that a third time. So I'll be quite happy if it stays 2-0 at half-time. I think that's been a pretty good opening 45 minutes, but it's not over yet. This is Thurgate with the header. Now Flavin for Western Pride, and he plays it back to his defender. Now Stamatolopoulos. He's got some speed to burn. He's going to look for Yengi on the right, and he does. Yengi will get a second opportunity. Oh, okay. Corner. Strange bit of defending there. But Thurgate will be the corner taker. And Donachie got his head to it, but just over the bar. Well, Donachie certainly in his first competitive game for the Newcastle Jets this season, he's putting in a pretty good show with a rating of 7.1. In fact, no one's really letting the side down at all. Okay, 2-0 at half-time. That's quite pleasing. 16 shots to 1, nearly 60% possession. 5 corners to 0. So quite a dominating performance. I think I'll just tell the boys to keep it going. And we'll make some changes, maybe 10-15 minutes into the second half. We'll give some other players an opportunity to play in a competitive match, but this is now young Yule on the left. He had a very good first half. Hopefully he can back it up with a good second half, and that's Stamatolopoulos, but he got his header all wrong there. I'm expecting quite big things from Sykes this season. He's our new advanced playmaker, and even Bremer in midfield. But especially Sykes coming from the UK. I hope he turns out to be a very good advanced playmaker for us. Thurgate, I thought, did a very good job there last season, I must admit. He really didn't let the side down at all. But anyway, this is Woods, who hasn't had a great deal to do in this game so far. Not a very good goal kick there. This is Trevor Lyle for the Western Pride, and he plays it out to Scriggins. Now, he can probably get his cross in if he wants to. Now he passes it back to Flavin. He gives it back to Scriggins, but not a very good pass. This is Yule. Yule's having a pretty strong run down the left. In fact, a very good run indeed. And he's still going. Well, I thought he was going to centre it or square it for another player, but he decided to go all the way and score himself. Well, that was an excellent goal from the young fellow. I was expecting a cross around about here, and then when he got into the penalty box, I thought he's bound to put it across, but he didn't. He just went for goal. Okay. 10 out of 10. 19 shots to 1 now, so Western Pride are certainly finding it quite difficult, but the Jets are the current A-League champions. Anyway, this is Brown now for Western Pride. And I think he might be offside. Yes. I think he was offside by quite a bit. By about 4 or 5 metres. Okay, we're coming up to into the 60th minute now, so I think we'll make our first, or actually our second load of substitutions. I think we'll bring Mark Sykes on for young Thurgate. He can get his first run in the Newcastle Jets. And I think also Sumau, I'd like to give him a run as well up front. And Sumau, from memory, would be pressing forward. So we'll change that instruction up there. And Petratos. Yep, I think we'll give him a run as well. Oh, we can't make any more substitutions. Only 3 for... Oh, okay, my mistake. I thought we could have made a total of 5, but obviously for the FFA Cup, they're only allowing you 3. But okay, we'll go with just 3. Should have really checked on the rules before the game started. But anyway, we're leading 3-0. I don't think that's going to really change in any way against us. 21 shots to 1. 10 corners to zip. So as we wait for our next highlight, hopefully there will be another highlight. But overall, it's been a pretty good team performance. As I said before the game, these FFA Cup games against State League sides are often banana skins for A-League sides. But anyway, Melling now with a corner from the right. He's gone far post. And Donachie, I think, hit the side netting. Yeah, there's been quite a few A-League sides that have been beaten by the State League sides in the past. So they can be quite awkward games for the A-League teams. And of course, currently the A-League is played out of sync to all other State League competitions. So when they do come to play the State League teams tend to be rather fit and match ready, and the A-League sides are still trying to get games under their belt. But this is Ansell playing it out to O'Toole. And now this is Yule, Melling, Sykes, our new signing. Oh, hits the crossbar. That was a fierce strike from the edge of the box. Now Sargent for Western Pride, free kick. And that's a good take by Woods. And he drives it straight down the field to Sumao, who looked like a very handy forward for us last season. In the end, I think Stamatolopoulos was always shading him, but I think Sumao should be still a very good option up front. This is Yengi for the Jets. And he's making a good run into the penalty box. He gets Sykes. Oh, maybe Sykes should have found the back of the net from that range. But it was a good run by Yengi. I think we'll call out a bit of praise to the boys because they have played well. I mean, 29 shots to 1. Poor old Western Pride are probably looking forward to the final whistle in this game. 14 corners to 0. I don't often see that count in my favour. Anyway, this is Western Pride, maybe with the last piece of action for the game. And there it is, 3-0 to the Jets. So they go through to the next round. I think a very commanding sort of victory by the Jets. And you'd have to just say, well done, boys. It was a good victory, and it was. I think we'll let Jerry do all that, as he normally does. So elsewhere, we had Caboolture FC beating the Brisbane Knights 3-1, Melbourne City 2, Central Coast 2, Central Coast on penalties, and the Teviot Downs being beaten 3-0 by Western United. So Newcastle Jets hammer the Western Pride. Should be called the round of 32 Miller. That's one small blow, but luckily not a serious injury, only maybe out for 1 to 2 days. Ansell made his debut and he played fairly well, I thought, and Stamatolopoulos, once again, 2 goals, a rating of 8.8. He did very, very well, and hopefully he can continue that form into the season when it starts. And when we have a look at the schedule, the draw's already been made. The first game will be on the 26th of December. We've got 2 home league games, Wellington Phoenix and then Melbourne Victory, both at home in Newcastle. And as you can see, we've got another FFA Cup second round match scheduled for 25th of August. That's in around about 3 weeks' time in the game. And then after that, we've got a lot of pre-season matches we're going to have to organise for September, October, November and even early December before the league games kick off on the 26th of December. So that's what we've got to look forward to at the Newcastle Jets. But that's about it for this particular episode. I'm hoping you've enjoyed it. It's been a good 3-0 victory, admittedly to a much inferior side in Western Pride, but still, it's always good to see your side win 3 goals to zip. Anyway, that's the episode, and I'm Barry Foster. I look forward to your company next time. Until then, it's goodbye from me.